Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to RDR Talking Numbers. I got the two R's over my left and right shoulders, Ryon and Ryon. We're here today to do a little bit. We just got through recording our weekend review, which is probably going to end up being a week or 2 weeks worth of content. It was a very spirited conversation, to say the least. We went from talking about current events and stuff like that, transactions and so forth, and then we just got into some conversation, which is it's just kind of what we do. It's just like, you know, being in the barbershop with the guys, being at the wing spot, having a couple, watching the games, just kind of conversations we have. Good times.
Morphed.
Yeah, just morphed into something totally different, which is all good. But listen, before we begin the show, I just want to make sure that you guys, wherever you're listening to this podcast, make sure you subscribe so you get notifications when new content comes out. Most of the time, shows debut at 12 noon on Fridays, Eastern Standard Time. In addition, please go over to our YouTube channel, subscribe there as well. That's where you can see our weekend reviews. We're going to start working on doing or adding some additional content there, whether it's all of us together or individually, just so you can hear from us as it relates to different stories and things like that. And make sure you share this with your friends as well. We want to make sure that we increase our subscribers, increase our listeners. Make sure you comment on us, follow us on Instagram, all of that great stuff. Listen, we're going to jump into some good conversation on today. Now, if you guys have listened to the previous show, both Ryon and Ryon shared we talked about the best teams not to win a title. I didn't get a chance to do mine, so we're going to start off with that segment a little bit, have a little bit more conversation on that, and then we're going to move into some other topics. Interestingly enough, one of my buddies was listening to the show yesterday, so I was getting some notifications either on the RDR Instagram page or my own page. So I knew he was listening because he was commenting stuff that we were saying, and he was giving his feedback. And so he threw out two teams, both of which I considered making my best team not to win one. And I'll give the one that I didn't pick first. Okay. One was the early 2000s Kings teams, which we've talked a little bit about them. Obviously, Weber has made a few appearances on this show. Mm-hmm, yeah. And Sacramento Kings, they definitely had...
A.K.A. timeout.
Yeah, they definitely had some good teams. They ran into, Kobe and Shaq, weren't able to get over the hump. I believe they faced them at least once in the conference finals, might have been twice. Sacramento made a lot of noise. Was it just the one time?
It might have been one time in the conference finals, but I believe...
Because they were definitely rivals.
I think it was twice.
Maybe it was twice.
Because the elbow that Kobe threw to Bibby and the shot that Robert Horry hit at the top of the key, I think them was two different series. It's
very possible. Because I know that they beat the Blazers in 2000 to go to their first finals.
Right.
And they had that big collapse in Game 7. That was another good team. Yeah. Not a great team. But that Blazer team was good. Yeah. But they might have played the Kings twice. I know they did. Are we right on that? Did they play them twice?
Let's go into depth.
Let's take a little look. But that was one of the teams. You had Bibby. Bibby and Weber were your stars. Mm-hmm. Probably... another guy that gets overlooked a lot historically, but meant a lot to the game, both here in the States and the NBA and also internationally, Peja Stojakovic. That dude had the strap.
He did.
He could play.
Nice.
He wasn't super athletic, but he was a pretty big guy, long.
About 16.
He could shoot it. He could dribble it.
He
had that typical European,
he was nice, man.
all-around type of game. They handle well. They pass well. Not the best defenders.
Right, they not. But they match it up for their scoring. They want you to check them.
Listen.
But true, that's true.
They got it in. Ryan's looking. What you got?
Still looking.
But yeah, Kobe and Shaq, man, that was and as Kobe said in his interview, I forget who he was sitting down with, and they talked about it, whether or not, how he felt, his comments about Shaq not being in shape and coming in, and what would have happened if Shaq had Kobe's work ethic. Man, the NBA the whole landscape of the NBA would be different today.
Yeah.
That's for doggone sure.
I agree.
Because Shaq was an animal.
But what's the difference between Shaq in 94 and 04?
About
Desire.
60, 70 pounds.
The poundage makes a difference. I think
Shaq
desire
was, man,
has a
Shaq-
lot to do
young,
with it
young
too.
Shaq, man, was...
You telling me he had more
Slim.
desire and work ethic back then than 10 years later?
I think
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
I think the money, I think the rap music, I think the movies, I think the girls, I think that really changed Shaq. I think Shaq was one of them guys, man, I just can show up.
And
then when you just showing up, but a guy like Kobe Bryant is there at 6 a.m.
you start to feel it kind of,
Start,
and
yeah.
you the man too.
Yeah.
Because, and I know this word took us someplace on our weekend review, but
Don't say it.
the word easy.
Oh my God.
And what I mean by that is it's easy for Shaq, and he said it.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy for me to come in and not be in the best of shape in October because I know I got this guy over here, and I know he rolling, and I can literally round into shape, and he can carry us early.
But you know what though, and like Kobe said,
If he didn't have Kobe, he wouldn't be able to do that.
but him doing that, Kobe was like, dude, that wasn't fair to me.
But it was resentment, though. He created resentment.
It wasn't fair to me.
Absolutely.
And that kind of, not to jump off you because you
No,
got
but
your
you're
team,
right, though.
but that carried over to how Dwayne Wade started feeling about the Diesel. Dude, I'm working. What are you doing? You can't just keep showing up. You gonna get outplayed. You letting Ben Wallace out rebound you. You can't just show up, man. And that right there, Shaq is sad because as dominant as Shaq was, Shaq has never been mentioned as the GOAT.
No. But he could and should have been. But again, we talked about. You said
Who's
it.
better?
What you mean? At the position?
And that's my point.
All time.
Now, since you've been watching basketball, who's better at the center?
Since I've been watching.
Since '89,
You honestly want me to ask that question?
who's better?
Go ahead.
Your guy, Hakeem.
That's
the
one.
dream.
That's
Another
one.
one.
That's one.
The Nigerian nightmare.
And since '89, we could say hundreds of centers have
Oh,
played.
yeah, no, listen to what I'm saying. No. I'm not talking about GOAT as far as center. He's in that conversation any day of the week. I'm talking about being mentioned as the great. If
Let's
he would've
stay with
came
that.
in
Let's
shape-
stay. Let's just stay with the center.
LeBron.
Let's just say.
Never heard-
Kareem
never heard his
Abdul-Jabbar.
name.
No, very rare.
Never heard his name.
But let's
man.
just stay with
He
the center.
entered
Let's just stay with the
7, 8,
center.
9.
Let's just stay
Okay.
with the center.
Okay.
Who better?
David Robinson. David
And
Robinson.
everything's debatable.
Okay, but David Robinson played both sides of the ball. Was a better rebounder.
Who would you pay money to go see?
Give me the diesel.
I got $50.
Give me the diesel. Give me the diesel for 50, Alex.
What game I'm playing for?
It don't matter.
Is it a 71 game with David Robinson?
Ron, let's go to the game. Let's go see Shaq or David Robinson.
I'll go see Shaq. I'll go see Shaq over Kareem, but I mean over Hakeem Olajuwon. That don't mean nothing.
Listen to me. You have a vested interest
Mhm.
in your money.
Okay.
Who you want to see, who you root for.
Yeah.
I root for Shaq. I don't care if he's fat and sloppy, overweight. He gives me more bang for my buck.
The Cleveland Cavaliers cared he was fat and sloppy.
He
The
was
Boston
50 years old.
Celtics cared
He was
fat and
75 years old when he played with
What,
them teams.
man? Well, don't bring your sloppy butt over here, man. They shouldn't have signed your name.
He was suffering from thirst.
He was trying. What was he trying to get to?
When he tore his Achilles for Boston, he was walking.
He was walking up the court.
Here, look here.
Where did they do that at, Ron?
Uh-huh. He was looking for.
He was looking
He
for
was
five
chasing this.
because he was salty at the
Kobe,
mama.
Kobe got two
Yeah,
more.
but that's the thing. Like, man, at the end of the day, Shaq, you should have came into shape. Man, Shaq ain't even in the 30 band, man.
Should be.
That don't take away from Shaq.
Free throws alone would
that
put
take
him.
away-
Ron, that
take
doesn't
away
take
a little-
away his retail value with me. Shaquille O'Neal is the most dominant center I've ever seen in my life.
I agree. Is he the most skilled?
No. Hakeem Olajuwon is the most skilled center I've ever seen in my life.
Is he the best defending center you ever seen?
The best all-around center I've ever seen in my life is David Robinson.
Is he the best defensive center you ever seen?
The best defensive center I've ever seen in my life is probably Dikembe Mutombo.
Is he the most athletic center you ever seen?
Who, Shaq?
Yeah.
The most athletic center I've ever seen in my life is probably Dwight Howard.
So my question to you is: this him being the most dominant where did that rank him? Because you showing. Imagine if Shaq showed up in shape.
I don't know if he's in shape or not. I know once he get it in his spot, back up.
He had it in his spot against Detroit and got outplayed by Ben Wallace.
A lot of underlying issues.
Yeah, jealousy. Jealousy. Let Kobe Bryant eat. Let Carl eat. We looked at the numbers. Carl was getting 12 minutes a game. He called him along. Shaq, chill. Go down there. Do not let Ben Wallace eat the glass. Do not let Rasheed eat the glass. He could have went down there and said, man, I'm grabbing me and Carl about to snatch a rebound. These suckers won't touch a ball down here. Shaq made a statement, dude, to this day that is
They should have lost that.
Thank you. That is so disturbing. If the dog don't eat, the house don't get guarded. Shaq, that's the most selfish. Man, go play basketball, dude. Shaq to this day, no, his jealousy
He cheated himself out of 5 right there.
Yes, man, his jealousy in Orlando.
Him and Kobe would have had 4
his
together.
issues in LA. Dude, just go play. You would have put on jewelry and been averaging 25 for your career. And when it was all said and done, they would have been like, man, why y'all talking about LeBron and Mike? Why y'all ain't talking about the Diesel? Diesel got 6 of them things in 8 appearances.
But
not enough, man.
let me say this.
He just showed up. He showed up and probably the best center some had ever seen.
Let me ask you this.
Imagine if he came with a little sense.
Let me ask you this. What centers our age are in the GOAT conversation? That we've seen.
That we've seen.
None. None. Hakeem don't get no love there. David don't get no love there.
Every time we talk about a GOAT, it's a wingman
or old big
or a guard.
You hear Wilt obviously gets mentioned there.
Jabbar
gets mentioned there.
But out of
we talking about we've seen.
But
no, that's what I'm saying. It's an old big man. It's not no guy our age.
You're right. You have a point. But here it is. Shaq could have been the first.
He could have been. He could have been the one.
If Shaq would have had 30 bands, he'd be talked about different.
Shaq played how many years too long?
A few.
I don't think a few too
but
long.
Then he was
I
still
think how many too fat.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Take away that year in Boston. Take away that year in Cleveland.
And
But be in shape 80% of your career.
But he was still an All-Star and All-NBA in Phoenix. We talked about that.
In Phoenix, he was.
We talked about the big cactus.
He was. But
he was dominant fat.
Yeah.
Could have been GOAT fat. Could have been GOAT slim. No,
what are we doing? What are we splitting hair?
Yes.
Where's the knife you splitting the hair at?
I feel like he regrets some of those decisions today.
He even know it.
He knows it.
He know it, man.
He knows.
That's why he beefing with Dame Dollar, making rap songs.
He know it.
He's trying to be relevant.
He wouldn't have to if he had 30 bands. Hey, I bet you Dirk Nowitzki will never have a rap song or have a beef with anybody. You know why? I'm Dirk, 30 bands. I'm the only non-black in that conversation. Dude, 30 bands.
But Dirk's not better than Bird in a GOAT conversation.
He's not. But as in his position at power forward,
I don't care what position.
He's there.
Player for player.
But he's there.
Take player for player.
But he's there.
Let's do visual, then we can do numbers.
Let's do visual.
Visual, he don't even stand up to Larry Bird.
Who don't?
Dirk Nowitzki.
You crazy. Visual, he stand up to him.
You think?
Visual, he stand up to him.
I've seen both.
Okay.
And I disagree.
He stand up to him. You think Larry Bird would feel disrespected if he had to go at Larry homeboy? Dirk Nowitzki went through Kobe, Katie.
Oh, here you go.
You just stating your case though.
The Portland Trailblazers with a young Brandon Roy who was on his way. LaMarcus Aldridge. James Harden was on that team. Russell Westbrook was on the OKC team. So
1 year.
OKC.
You want 1 year?
It don't matter. His 1 year championship.
Give me another year.
Give
me a body of work.
His body of work is 30 bands. His body of work is look at how many times he was over 20 years in a row, carried a franchise on his back, never left.
But if you ask 10 people, 50 and over.
Here you go ask them. I don't talk to old people. Unless I want directions to the IHOP.
Because they doing the dry run before they get going.
I don't got to talk to them about Larry Bird. If I ask them, they might be the fans from Detroit who gonna dog Larry Bird, who say he was just a white boy.
I don't know. I never met that black man.
Yeah.
I've never met that black man.
He out here.
Yeah, it's a couple of them out
He out here.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
All I'm saying is this. You saying stand in front of. Bill Laimbeer stood on the same court with Larry Bird and had some success. Dirk couldn't. I'm talking about basketball. Put the ball in the hole. That's all you got to do. What 7-foot tall shooter has Larry Bird ever encountered in the 80s? Dirk would have been a unicorn to him. Oh my God, that's me.
But when we talk,
Ain't seen nobody like that.
I get that. But when we talk great power forwards, we talk about 8 people before we get to Dirk.
No, I don't know who does that.
He doesn't.
I don't know who does that.
I got a couple.
I talk about 8 people before I get to Dirk.
You out of your mind. Name them.
I got a couple before Dirk.
Name them. Yeah, a couple.
I got a couple.
A couple.
I got 8.
No, you don't.
Ooh, give me your 8 before we go to break. Give me your 8.
He had to think, but he had 8. You ain't got 8 fingers.
Barkley, Karl Malone, KG, Duncan.
And then Dirk's name pops up. Period. That is Dirk's name.
Dennis Rodman.
You out of your mind. With the crackdown. We drug test on this show. It's 4.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
Kevin McHale.
It's 4. That's it.
Bobby Jones.
It's 4.
I got Deontay Wilder over here. He reaching.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
He reaching.
Street fighter.
He reaching over
Dowser
here,
with the flames.
Listen.
It's over, dog. Dirk.
Yeah, he
Dirk.
AC Gray.
Number 5.
Dirk.
Listen,
See, he had 8.
we'll be right back.
Get it.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah.
LA, baby.
Just come on with it.
This is Ryon, and you're listening to RDR, Talking Numbers.
Welcome back to RDR Talking Numbers. We got sidetracked a little bit there, but that's good. That's good conversation, man. So listen, the team that I decided to go with is probably one of my favorite teams, and I'm probably gonna get some flack from both of these guys here when I tell you what team it is. Especially Ron. I know Ron will have something to say. Yeah, I know it's coming. It's the '93 Phoenix Suns.
No, you don't get no flag.
And the reason that team is special to me, most folks who know me know that Barkley's my guy. On the court, he was my guy.
Right.
And '93, he moves to Phoenix from Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. Blockbuster trade, Clarence Weatherspoon.
Big time move.
Yeah, that was big.
And I was not expecting that. I was happy for him. I thought that it was a move that would do some things for his career. That was probably the best year of his illustrious NBA career. Mm-hmm. He was an MVP. He made his only finals appearance. Mm-hmm. And, I know they lost that series in 6 to Mike.
Yeah, great duel, though.
We were talking about who picked who to win, what, when, where, and why. I definitely picked the Suns to win that series. Mm-hmm. There was a key component missing from the Phoenix Suns in the finals. A lot of people don't remember that. Cesc Ceballos had a left foot injury in the Western Conference Finals. Mm-hmm. Now, they had a dogfight. They played the Supersonics. Mm-hmm. Seattle took them to 7 games. Ced hurt his foot in Game 6, I believe. Didn't play Game 7. Obviously, Phoenix won that and went on to the finals. However, Cesc Ceballos playing in that series, I'm not going to say that they win for sure. There's no way to say. There's no, that's all conjecture. However, the way Kevin Johnson was rolling, they had no answer for him.
Yeah, but I think if Ced plays, then we don't see Richard Dumas.
See, I feel like we do. Because Richard Dumas was rolling even because Ced was your starter.
Yeah.
Richard was punch off the bench, and they often played together. They were an
Yeah.
interesting team because starting you had, when healthy, you had KJ, Dan Marley at the 2, Ced Sabalas, Charles, and then, was it Mark West? Who played the 5?
Mark West.
It was Mark West.
No.
It's either him or Joe Klein.
No, man. It was a
wasn't
fat cat. Oliver Miller.
Oliver Miller came off the bench.
Yeah, he was off the bench.
He come off the bench.
But
He
you
got
had
some burn, though.
Dumas, Ainge.
Yep, that man.
They was a
The cat with the long
solid,
socks.
Elliot Perry
Elliot Perry.
out of Memphis.
He said
Memphis
the long
State.
socks.
Long socks to his kneecaps.
Yeah, I think Frank Johnson was still around. I
Oh,
think at that
he was,
point.
yep.
They had a three
Yep.
point guard rotation. He didn't play a lot though, but
I mean,
that
I-
was a really good team.
Yeah, I think y'all could have had Bernard King. Y'all was still losing that series.
See, I knew you were gonna say that because Mike. I don't know, man.
Mike averaged 40-something points against y'all. That was Mike's height. Mike was like, he saw Charles. He saw his friend. He said, dude, I'm eating you all night. Yeah, I don't know. Mike would have just had to average 50 if Ced plays. He would have did it. I don't care who y'all would have had on that
So
team.
he just gonna give him.
I think he would have ate because
I don't know, man.
I think he would have ate, man. I think y'all had. I think Mike. Now I think I would say possibly if y'all took it 7.
And it was very close to that.
Because game
Curry-
6 that y'all
Curry
lost
hit-
was a close
Curry hit
game.
the game winner on that. If I
No,
remember
that
correctly.
was Paxson. Curry wasn't even there yet. That's the first 3-peat. Ain't no Curry yet. Curry and Cleveland.
Was it Paxson that hit it?
Yeah,
Okay,
Paxson.
I
And
knew.
then Kevin Johnson came down full speed and would have scored the layup that would have took it to the game 7
And they would have been at home.
and Horace Grant threw it out the gym.
Yeah.
Let's go home.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Confetti dropped. They celebrated for like 2 minutes. Went straight to the locker room. Kevin Johnson already had his suit on and was walking out. That boy was leaving. I'm out. I'm gone. I'm tired. I can't believe this. He couldn't have took no shower, though. He put his suit on and went home. I'm out. Get the plane ready. I'm going to the house.
Time to go.
It was a wrap. Period. So
That was a really good team.
that was a really good team. It's sad that they
Charles
broke up.
But I think injuries played a role because he never got back to the finals.
No, because the following year they got smacked.
Bye.
I don't know, but they got smacked.
Did they lose to Houston that year? I want to say they did. I ain't 100% sure, but I think they lost to Houston.
Let's look at that.
Might have been in the conference. I don't even think it was the conference finals. I think it was like the semis or something.
Yeah, they
But that was their lightning in the bottle year, 93. It was all or nothing, and it ended up being nothing.
It was that was solid.
Because Ced Sabalas, I was looking at the numbers here, he really blossomed that following year. His numbers in 93, he was respectable. 13 a game. He was 19 the next year. And then 21 and 21 the 2 years after that. So he really turned it around big time.
Yeah, he didn't get no plays called for him. They just told him to go out there and hoop.
Zero play at the small forward.
Just go out there and ball.
I mean, he was almost a walking double-double.
Yeah, he literally was. He was he reminded me a little bit of Iguodala. A young Iggy.
With a better jumper and a better rebounder. He's a very underrated rebounder.
Yeah, but you gotta lean towards Iggy on defense. Iggy's a better defender than Ced.
I would probably say so.
But I give you that, the jumper and the rebound.
Yeah.
I give you that all day.
That was a good team that didn't win it. So shout out to the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, that's a solid team. And then the worst mistake they made of their life was trading Charles Barkley for Robert Ory.
Both of y'all crazy.
That was the worst mistake they ever made in their life. They should have stayed with Charles, put more talent around Charles, and tried to at least big that up. They traded for Robert Ory, man. That's horrible. That's one of them that don't even make no sense. You can't even make that make no sense. Like somebody really thought that was going to pan out because Robert Ory a couple years was he younger.
Yeah, he was younger.
That's a super bum.
Whoa.
Robert Ory super bum. All he missing is a cape. You a super bum, brother. All he missing is a cape.
Wow.
Hit a couple shots, then you get a nickname.
Jesus Christ.
Steve Kerr hit a couple shots. Why he ain't got no nickname?
He do.
It's Steve Kerr.
Championship coach.
I mean, he hit some shots. Why you don't get no nickname?
Hey, man. Get that
That's all
done.
you need to hit a couple shots, get a nickname. At least Big Shot Billups is an all-star, all defensive, all NBA guy. He can get a nickname.
Yeah, big
You
shot.
can't get no nickname. You hit a couple of open jumpers
He's just Will Smith.
because the ball
Will
bounced out
Will
there to
Smith's
you.
taller
Yeah, stunt
brother.
double. That's stunt double.
Stunt double.
Gemini man.
Will.
He out here doing that, man.
So that's what you got. You're looking up.
I'm look. Yeah, I
see
want
who
to
they
see.
lost in 94.
Yeah, I want to see something. Yeah, because that layup. But see, this the thing too, man. Chicago won the first 2 games against them. Then it was like 1-2 games. Then Phoenix won game 3, lost game. You know what I'm saying? Then they won game 5, lost.
Dropping them first 2 at home was big too.
Yeah,
You can't get down
that's
like
why.
that to Mike.
Yeah, especially with Mike. Yeah, you at home and you lose the first 2
Yeah,
games.
you got to
man.
take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Have to.
BJ Armstrong, man. Look. Let's just look at this first game. What game is this? This is the closeout. Mike got 33 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Let me see how many shots. Mike went 50%, 13 of 26. Made 3 of 5 3-pointers. 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Like I said, 33 points. Scottie Pippen had 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, 23 points. BJ Armstrong had 18. John Paxson off the bench with 8. Scott Williams 5. Trent Tucker had 9.
Trent Tucker.
That's pretty much it. Then let me see Horace Grant. Horace Grant gave you absolutely nothing. 1 point,
He had his hands full, but
2 blocks, but that block was
it was a key.
key block.
That's a game clincher. He had his hands full on the other end, buddy.
Closeout game. Thunder Dan, 21 points, 8 rebounds. Kevin Johnson, 19 and 10.
Thunder Dan was a serviceable player.
Thunder Dan was all right.
He's above average.
Yeah, I give you above average.
He's above average.
Charles Barkley had 21 points, 17 boards. The bench, Danny Ainge 9, Oliver Miller 4, Mark West 4, Richard Dumas 8, Tom Chambers 12 points. Went 14.
They kind of needed Richard in that game too. The 8 wasn't gonna cut it.
Let me see how many times he shot that route. Richard Dumas started that game.
Because
28.
there were moments in that
22
series
minutes.
where he was giving Scottie Pippen all he could handle.
Yeah, he was just very active. That was a nice series.
Because he was a good player.
He was a good series. Yeah, that was a nice series, man. But another game, man. They won this game. Charles Barkley, 24 points, 6 rebounds. Thunder Dan had 11 and 12. Kevin Johnson, 25. Richard Dumas, 25.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing. They beat Chicago by 10.
That was game 5.
Game 5. Mike had 41. Scotty 22.
Sheesh.
I'm telling you, man. Paxson had 12.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they were outmanned. Chicago was man for man.
Oh yeah, listen, man.
If you look at all their rosters,
Man for
If
man.
you look at all their rosters,
inferior.
Michael Jordan's teams, them 6 championship teams, every team they played, they had more talent on the other side.
You talking about the
The other team had more talent. That's why people talk about all this, that, and the third. He did it with less talent. You look at his teams, it's about 4 brothers, a bunch of white boys. Cats like them cats, Judd Bushlers and stuff like. Come on, man.
I'm
That's
gonna
why-
argue Utah might not have been.
That's
more
why.
talented.
That's why. When you compare Mike to the other guy, and you look at these rosters that the other guy has had in life, and the opportunities he has had in life to win championships, and you look what Michael Jordan had to work with, and people talk about the competition and stuff, but look at these rosters that Michael Jordan's played with and has won with. Talk about different league and they shot more threes and okay, all right, that's cool. Who he played with and who he played against.
Game 4, Mike had 55.
Mike, I know
Yeah, 55
we
in the
say
final.
this on this show a lot. We don't necessarily use this particular number though. I'm gonna give you 40, and I'm gonna go sit down.
I'm gonna give 40.
Like what?
And he never made
What?
he never made excuses of who he played with.
Yeah, you didn't really hear that.
I didn't hear that.
He would fight you in
I'm
practice.
talking about getting swept by Milwaukee and all these teams early in life. I'm gonna come out and play.
Hey,
And at
listen,
that point,
listen,
he was, I'm going to give you 60 and go sit down.
Who won this game? Game 3.
Just come out and play.
Game 3, Phoenix won 129-121. Okay. Kevin Johnson, 25. Thunder Dan Marley, 28. Charles Barkley, 24. Wes, 11. Dumas, 17. Danny Ainge, 10. Tom Chambers, 12.
You got 7, 8 guys in double
Double
figures.
figures.
Yeah.
Chicago, B.J. Armstrong with 21. Who's guarding him?
BJ wasn't terrible.
He was serviceable.
He wasn't a bad player.
Hit an open shot.
He wasn't great, but
Him
he
and
wasn't.
Kevin
Caldwell
No,
Pope.
him and Kevin
Classic
Johnson was
Caldwell
canceling
Pope.
each other out, man. Michael Jordan had 44.
40 to sit down.
Scotty, 26. Horace Grant, 13. That's it.
That's it.
B.J. Armstrong is a Caldwell Pope.
No, you think so? You think? I don't.
B.J. Armstrong might be better than Caldwell Pope.
Possibly.
I'll give you
BJ
that.
was nice.
I'm giving you
BJ
that.
was pretty nice. The kid. That's
The
what they
kid.
called him. The kid. He looked like a baby. Speaking of kids, what you got for us? I know you got.
He had 42 in game 2.
Give you 40 and I'm
Michael
gonna
Jordan
sit
averaged
on
40 that series.
I'm gonna give you 40 and sit on down.
That was the stage, right?
Don't get mad at me, y'all. This is a cop out, but it's in line. It's in line. It's in
Here
line
they go.
with the criteria.
Just don't use the word easy. It would be all
It's
right.
in line with the criteria.
No. Easy's good. It's a good thing to go
Easy
down the
street.
easy street.
Yeah, exactly. Because you go to that rough street, you come with a black eye and a wallet gone. But look,
So we not pushing that narrative that easy is bad. We're not
we're
pushing.
not pushing that there.
No.
This guy,
It's just easy.
the young man can go.
Okay.
Um,
Now
I'm going to say
this is gonna be some narrative.
a
pushing
lot
here.
of stuff
I can
about the guy
argue.
before I say who the guy is.
Okay.
Because maybe people out there in the world don't know. But the criteria is a young guy in the NBA that's dominating at a high level that's under 25. 25 and under.
Okay.
So it's got-
And give some of the new listeners, because I know we have some. Before you go into this guy.
this is
give us
the-
an example of a young man who can go prior
Prior
to
to
today.
this, two of the guys that we have put on this on the young man can go stage is Luka Doncic
Obvious.
and Trae Young.
Obvious.
Ice Trae and the Don. Okay.
And
This
that's Ryan's guy.
Is this
Luka Doncic. That's Ryan's guy.
No, not at all.
it's crazy. Go ahead. What you got to say?
Is this guy obvious?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, he is. And y'all gonna have something to say.
I think I know.
I know my
I think I
guys.
know who you're going after. But go ahead.
You're 25 years old.
Okay.
He has played successfully 4 of the 5 positions in his NBA career.
Oh, that ain't who I think it is. Okay.
Successfully. It might be who you think. He's played point guard 1 season,
Okay.
small forward, 2 guard, and power forward. He's played power forward 3 years in a row.
Draymond.
James Johnson.
In his NBA career, man, he's a 4-time All-Star.
Okay.
3-time All-NBA, 2-time defensive champion, defensive team, all-rookie team, most improved player, and he's a 1-time MVP. This guy right now was averaging 30 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. He's had 3 consecutive years of 25 and 10. What you talking about?
He's 25.
The freak is 25 years old. Just turned 25 in December. And the young man can go, man.
He's still not the greatest buck ever.
He's on his way.
He's on
well,
his
maybe
way.
not.
No,
Because he might not be there.
He's on his way.
He
Yeah,
might
if he
not
don't
be-
stay,
he don't stay, he might be over.
listen to me, man.
How many years he got with Milwaukee? Roughly.
About 5 or 6.
Because when the other guy, when Lou got there, off the bat, he was rookie of the year. And then
Lou?
30.
Yeah, when did he get there?
69, 70.
What was he at prior to that?
He's a rookie.
UCLA, right?
Oh, yeah, he's at college. Yeah.
65. You talking
69,
65. 69?
69, 70.
Who cares? None of us was born. None of us could walk down the street without getting busted upside the back of the head. It does not matter. We're talking about right now.
Greatest buck ever.
Right now,
Is he better than
you
Sidney Moncrief?
If you put you know how I feel about Sid. If you put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in front of Antetokounmpo would destroy him.
I don't know because he had great versatility.
He's never had
straight
to
out
check
of college.
Nobody like this.
But nobody ever had to check him.
Yeah, dude. The freak is just as tall as him and outweighs him about 30 pounds. He's going to have a problem. That sky hook is going to get throughout the gym.
No.
Listen to me, man. There was nobody this size at this age. When he finally met Wilt Chamberlain was older. If he would have met a young Wilt would have caught that block a couple times. We saw Daryl Dawkins catching it. You go look at something. Daryl Dawkins caught the sky hook before. Moses caught it before.
What did he have that game? He had 50 that game.
No, he didn't. We looked at the thing and we was mesmerized how your boy had
matched
to battle
yeah.
with the
In
Dr. Duncanstein.
In 80.
I don't care.
In the series in
we
80,
also watched your guy struggle in the playoffs before Magic got there. We did them numbers already, Ryon. Me and you. Your boy was going nowhere fast in the Lakers organization.
He got him to the playoffs.
The smiling 6'10" point guard got there and showed them boys how to play ball. Yeah, and was getting smacked.
That wasn't his fault.
It was something. He was getting swept.
Job.
That's your guy. That's why he's saying it with his
That's
fault.
my guy.
When have we ever not blamed a loss on the star?
He got blamed. He got blamed for it.
Listen to me, man. We don't have a time machine.
He didn't want to win.
We can't put him in front. He didn't. He didn't because he'd already won one. In UCLA.
Greatest player of his era.
In Milwaukee.
Will he be?
He happy. But Matt Johnson comes, he said, what's up? Come on, man. Let's play, man. What you doing? Let's get it. Run with me.
How many guys do you know was the greatest player of his era? Name them. Name
For
them.
real? You mean name him?
Name them.
You're going back to the 60s.
That
That means I just got to name seven people.
Name
The
7 people.
70s, the 80s, Steph Curry. It's a fact, Dave.
That's not the overall sentiment. I'm talking about overall sentiment, unanimous. I'm talking about unanimous.
There's no. I don't know if there's such thing.
You won't find it.
Not for this. Not for this.
Mike.
For this decade.
No,
Mike,
you won't.
Mike.
No, you won't find an overall sentiment.
Not for the 10s.
For the 10s.
Or
Because
the
you're going to have people.
Or the 2000s.
The 2000s.
You,
debatable.
I'm asked you, give me the players unanimously was the best of their era.
Mike and Magic. Rest my case.
Yeah.
That's the pin hitting. Pa! Rest my case.
After that, that's it. You can't.
So, okay, so you got guys that stick out as unanimous.
Correct.
In the 60s, don't nobody care about that.
No, he dominated the 70s.
Man, and no, listen, man, when in the 70s?
The whole decade.
Not in 79.
Johnson.
Magic came.
79, 80.
Happy. Little Fro.
79, 80. Who was the league MVP in 80? 79, 80.
Who was
the most valuable player in the league in 79, 80?
Your boy. Who was the finals MVP?
And what did we do?
No, we didn't do nothing.
Oh, he bailed out on me.
We didn't do nothing. We didn't do nothing. Yes, we looked it up and we knew, and Kareem should have won. Kareem should have won. Just like Steph should have won over Iggy. So come on, man. Everybody been getting robbed. People get robbed a lot, man. Highway robbery, man.
It was a little funny. It was funny.
I
feel like Steph could have won that one
it
with the KD too.
It was a little funky. It was a little funny with the.
Do that take away from Steph?
Not to me.
To some people it does though.
But them as the haters on
Some people it does.
But to me it don't. It don't take away that Kareem did.
That's a lot of the first
what did
argument.
Magic do?
4 finals. No MVP. I've heard that multiple places. It's not necessarily fair.
But they put too much stake on that. They put too much stake on it. Kawhi Leonard has 2 finals MVPs. In the first finals MVP he won in the regular season, he was averaging 12 points a game. He won the finals MVP averaging 18.
18, and he held LeBron to 35 again.
35 again. Good job. Thank you. Good job, guys.
He held him
You ain't
to
check no.
35.
LeBron still had his way. They trying to put too much stake in the finals award. So they make it, ooh, you had a good week. You won a good week award. Who cares?
And let me say
So
something.
Kyrie Irving's not better than Steph Curry?
Not in no shape, form, fashion, how you look at it. Look at the numbers. Look at their head-to-head competitions as many times as they played. That's what you look at. You don't look at a good week. Yeah, you had a good week. We looked at it. Good week. Who had a good week the following time they met?
And let me say this too.
Where to go?
Since you brought it
Steph
up.
always averaging 10 rebounds. Steph out-rebounded they center.
I know Kawhi is your guy.
I like Kawhi.
I know he's your guy.
He's not in nobody's
But
conversation.
you do realize he left the Toronto Raptors, and they're in second place in the East. Is that right? Second place.
But listen, that's true. But second place. But before he got there, they was a good team.
They were decent.
No, they was second place.
but I will say this.
They was second place, We don't shit on him. They was second place before we got there. Second place when he ain't there, but they was a champion
When he was
with
there.
him there. You don't truly believe that the Toronto Raptors will hoist something up this year, right? You
I mean, they're gonna hold up the Atlantic champ. You know, what they
no,
like.
I think Boston gonna sneak it out,
Well, you're
but they
Boston,
might. But they
No,
might.
I agree.
But at the end of the
That's
day,
not, it won't be anything with a Larry in it.
I think
No
you're right.
Larry
I
champion.
think that what I didn't know, what I found out a couple nights ago, was Van Fleet and Pascal won the G League championship the year before.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Them guys had some chemistry going. So them two guys win that. The following year, win an NBA championship and become better players.
And they were key contributors.
Yes,
They weren't
Van Fleet is going to be
15
a
on the
sought
roster.
after free agent, and they're going to lose him because they already gave my boy Kyle Lowry the bank, so they rolling with him. He already is in some circles. They call him the best Toronto Raptor guy ever now. They said it, but listen, he's a 6-time All-Star. Listen, 6-time All-Star. He's third on their scoring list. He's champion.
That jewelry, we've always talked about.
DeMar DeRozan
That
is the
jewelry-
all-time leading scorer, but he's gone.
That jewelry always adds
That
something to
jewelry
it.
adds
It
something
to your
the shine,
to your legend.
to everything. He's a fan favorite. They love him, and what did he do? Go out here and give you 20 and 7, and he all-star. Now he's starting to build his resume. We're watching a Hall of Famer. We're watching a Hall of Famer.
I can't say
that
nothing
you
because he
guys
won
look
the
at.
championship.
That
I
you
can't
guys
say
look
that.
at like, man,
I can't
he
say
ain't
that.
right home.
I can't say that
Man,
else.
my guy. He's definitely not my guy.
But Greek Freak, man, the young man can go. He's 25 years. When I saw that,
You had to do it.
I had to do it. If I would have knew Greek Freak, because
He would have been your first one.
yeah, he would have been the first one because when we first did it, he would have been 24.
Yeah, I get it.
You feel what I'm saying? So I had to put him in here because I missed out on that opportunity putting the other two young guys in here. Man, Greek Freak, man, the young man can go. He might
No
arguably
argument.
now, arguably in 6 years, be the best player in the NBA right now. Arguably, you can make an argument that the Greek Freak is the best basketball player in the National Basketball Association. And I told Ryon
He could be a very-
he would be 3 years ago.
It could. It's definitely educated. It's not an ignorant conversation. It's an educated
He's
conversation.
already MVP. He's looking at another one.
Yeah, having a better season.
He's a unanimous MVP right now. Because the beard tailed off. And I think that the beard will finish strong. He will finish strong.
The beard tailed off. My guy, Luka, tailed off.
He got
Injuries.
Injuries.
He's been in and out of the lineup.
But I think somebody will still give somebody another vote. And he won't be unanimous. It's going to be something like Shaq was almost unanimous before. Shaq had all the votes except one. So
It's always going to be that guy.
it's always going to be that oddball.
LeBron.
Want to come out.
gonna get a vote.
Even if ain't LeBron getting a vote, it just might be, you know what I mean? But Jimmy Butler will mess around and get a vote. Just because, hey, man, dog, Jimmy, man. You know what I mean? But he should be. When Steph won unanimous, I was surprised that nobody had been unanimous
Before that, yeah. I mean, you're talking about.
That
you're
was
talking about
surprising.
multiple Magic
Multiple
Johnson,
cats.
multiple
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, multiple Larry Bird back to back to back.
Even, like I said, even LeBron James should have had a unanimous one, man.
Yeah,
Like,
he
I
was-
just
he-
don't
At
know.
some point, he was head and
Yeah,
shoulders. But
Shaq, and like I said, Shaq almost was unanimous. But yeah, that's kind of weird. In the X amount of years in the NBA, that Kareem wasn't that unanimous. I'm surprised Bill Russell wasn't unanimous the way they was giving him awards.
Well, you know,
greatest center ever.
that's Ryan's guy.
Yeah, in no era. What era he dominated? The 40s.
Listen, this is
From
RDR.
40s.
We talking numbers. You see this guy right here? We coming to him after the break.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be fun. I already know what it is. We'll be back with you in just a minute.
This is Ron Fax Worley, and you are listening to RDR Talking Numbers.
Welcome back to RDR Talking Numbers. We just finished some conversation in our first segment regarding some of the best teams never to win a championship. Then we moved over into our This Young Man Can Go segment with Ron and Giannis, the Freak. Now we're going to turn it over to Ryon with another exciting edition of Game No Names.
I'm doing two small forwards today.
Oh, okay.
Small forward. First small forward is a 6'9" small forward, 220 pounds. He played 586 games. In his career, he's given you 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He's a one-time All-Star. He was on the All-Rookie team. Okay. 32 minutes a game, 43% from the field, 38% from 3, 84% from the free throw line, lifetime. Okay.
Solid.
He played 12 seasons. I'm going to give you points and rebounds. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 6 points, 3 rebounds. In the playoffs.
Started off hot.
In the playoffs, he had 4 seasons in the playoffs. First season, he gave you 8 points, 5 rebounds. Second season, 22 points, 6 rebounds. 17 points, 6 rebounds. 3 points, 2 rebounds. That's player 1. Player 2. Player 2 is a 6'7", 220-pound human being. He played 668 games. He gave you 21 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He's a 2-time All-Star, and he was on the All-Rookie team. In his career, he played 37 minutes a game. He shot 46% from the field, 34% from 3, 82% from the free throw line. He played 11 seasons. I'm going to give you points and rebounds. 22 points, 6 rebounds. 20 points, 6 rebounds. 21 points, 6 rebounds. 23 points, 6 rebounds. 18 points, 6 rebounds. 21 points, 6 rebounds. 22 points, 7 rebounds. 21 points, 6 rebounds. 21 points, 7 rebounds. 17 points, 5 rebounds. 10 points, 3 rebounds. He had 4 years. He made the playoffs. First year, 21 points, 8 rebounds. 15 points, 4 rebounds. 20 points, 6 rebounds. 4 points, 2 rebounds. That's player 2.
Can you give me the career total numbers again for both?
Career numbers for player 2 is 668 games, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2-time All-Star. 37 minutes a game, 46% from the field, 34% from 3, 82% from the free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
Player 1, 586 games, 17 points a game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1-time All-Star, All-Rookie team. He has a Most Improved Player of the Year award. 32 minutes a game, 43% from the field, 38% from 3, 84% free throw shoot.
Are they contemporaries? Not really?
Not really.
I'm taking player 2, man. I was leaning towards player 1 with that most improved, but player 2 is a better scorer, better rebounder, better assist guy. more all-stars in less years. He played 11 years. Other guy played 12 years. I'm going player 2, man.
I feel like there's an optics, there's an illusion here, but I feel like based on the numbers, player 2 would be my guy.
Yeah, player one had a nice little 4-year stretch.
And that early part
5
of his
years,
career,
you throw that 19 in there, but
he was rolling that
the
early
other
part.
guy
He
the other guy came in the league giving somebody 22 on their face. I'm going with that guy.
All right.
So who was player 1?
Player 1, Danny Granger.
I knew there was some optics in here.
Yeah, Danny Granger.
That's your guy.
Danny Granger was cool. I'm still happy with the other guy.
The other guy.
Wait a minute. Okay, go ahead. I misheard what you said. Okay. Danny Granger was a serviceable player. He was actually
nice.
really good for
nice.
a moment there.
That when you named them years in a row, and that one you put in the middle was 26 a game, he was giving somebody the issue.
The other guy.
And then did they add? What happened with him? Did they add Paul?
He got hurt. Him and Paul George
They
balled
played
out
together for a
1 year.
minute, yeah.
Like a couple years they balled together. Danny Granger was
But he had
Danny Granger
a
and
bad
Paul.
injury or something though. That
Danny
kind
Granger
of
and
took him.
Paul George was on the team that battled Miami. It just Danny Granger wasn't Danny Granger.
He wasn't that. He wasn't. At
He
the
was
top
still
of that,
cool.
Yeah.
The other player,
Yeah.
Glenn Robinson.
Oh yeah, I'm taking Glenn all day. I'm taking Glenn. I'm taking.
I'm not a big dog guy. He's not my guy.
I'm taking him over that.
Yeah. Big dog can play.
I'm taking him over that. Big dog.
I did not know Big Dog was 6'7". I thought he was 6'9". They said he was 6'9" at Purdue.
Yeah, they lied.
Because Quanzo Martin was the small forward. He was the power
He
forward.
had elevator shoes on.
Yeah,
But
the ones that help you jump.
even without knowing their names, you put them side by side. I'm taking Big Dog. I'm taking Big Dog. Big Dog was one of the first NBA players that came to the league and that I remember. Who said, I'm not playing for that rookie salary. Y'all better bump that money up. Call me when y'all bump the money up. I'm going home. That was unheard. That was football players. You know what I mean? The rookies. That's the cap. That's the cap. That's the agent talk. That's the cap. Glenn.
You can't go any higher than that.
Hey, call me when you change your mind. I'm Big Dog. I'm going home because that. If you honestly look, his numbers as a rookie were better than Grant Hill and Jason Kidd.
Facts.
They gave them co-rookie of the year.
They shared it.
Only to who you think you is, Glenn?
That was a narrative.
They
That was a
disrespect
narrative move.
Glenn Robinson was a rookie of the year.
That
He
was
got
a
robbed.
narrative move.
So that's, instead of giving it to one guy, they gave it to two guys.
And they shouldn't have gave it to the two of them.
Yeah.
They should have picked one, and
They
it probably
should've
should have
picked
been Grant. If they wasn't
Yeah.
gonna give it to Big Dog, it probably
But
should have been Grant. But they were hoping that Jason Kidd was going to carry the torch. They were kind of waiting for him to be a mantle guy.
Jason Kidd had
Jason
a straight.
Kidd wasn't the best player on that team.
No,
Dallas.
no.
I know it was Jimmy. It was Jimmy Jackson.
It was Jimmy Jackson. It was Jimmy Jackson. Head and shoulders above.
It was
Yeah.
Jimmy Jackson.
Yeah.
You taking him over the
I'm
monster?
taking him
Yeah,
over
yeah.
Matt.
At that first year, yeah.
I like
Jimmy
JJ
Jackson
now,
was
but you taking him over
animal.
the monster though.
I'm taking over Match.
Yeah, that first couple
Really?
years in Dallas, Jimmy Jackson was the guy. He was the guy. But I can't take away that 50-point drubbing he gave Pippen.
Yeah, and then you looked up the numbers, and he never gave Pippen that again. Pippen gave him 45.
Never 50.
Never 50. Pippen's high is 47.
You got to see that game. That game's on YouTube. You got to see that game, and it's in Chicago.
Oh, listen to me. I'm not. I would never take none of your boy Monster Mash. I'm telling you.
Player.
But Jimmy Jackson. Jimmy Jackson is the real travel guy. He played with so many teams don't make no sense. I think he got 15 jerseys at the house.
It's bad. Too good of a player for that too.
I think he wanted to do that.
I don't know what.
You got some money? Yeah, I'm gonna go.
And we talked
You got
about.
money over
I
there
remember
too?
playing for the Cavs.
We
Yeah.
talked about the 80s, and that was kind of small forward era.
Mm-hmm.
The 90s,
Ryan didn't want to touch the 90s.
it was still some small forwards getting it done in the
Ryan
90s.
said
Glenn Rice.
Got your Glenn Rice, Antoine.
I put
Walker,
Glenn Rice up against anybody.
Young Antoine.
Anybody you want
Walker,
to.
Huh?
Anybody you want.
Mashburn.
What are you talking
Glenn Rice can play today and give you 30.
Big Dog.
Today.
You out your mind.
Grant
What?
Hill.
Smoking though.
What?
You said you match him
What?
up against anybody win.
Antoine Jameson later in the
Anybody win. What is he
in
talking
the, in
about?
the
Antoine Jameson.
in the
Nice.
decade.
What is you
Vince?
talking about? Glenn Rice over who? I'm asking you, man.
Glenn Rice can hold his own against any
Man,
small forward
man,
today.
Listen, man.
George,
When was Cleveland?
Kawhi.
You out of your mind.
You don't think so?
Against Paul George? No.
You can
think
shoot.
You don't think he'd be creme
He can-
de la creme?
He can shoot the ball.
Yeah, do I think he'd be done with 10?
No. Nah.
He not better than
Nah.
Paul George.
Nah.
He ain't doing nothing with Kawhi.
I didn't say he was better than
He
Paul
ain't
George. I
doing
said
that.
he would
Offensively,
score.
he would
He
give
would
them problems.
have his way.
Almost every NBA player can score on another one, dude. We're not talking about.
No, not at all.
I
Not
said
at all.
almost. I said almost. I didn't say all.
Seti Osman can't score on everybody.
We've seen Seti Osman score on people before.
Who?
We've seen Seti Osman score on people before. Man, stop doing that, man. That's your guy. You at one point said Seti Osman
The
better
best
than Kevin
player.
Love.
He's the best player
That's
on the
what
team.
he said. So come on, man.
I said he's the best
he said
player
that 2
ever.
years ago, man. So don't do that.
He's not.
So don't do that.
He wasn't then.
I'm
either.
not taking it away from Glenn Rice.
Glenn was nice.
But Glenn Rice is not doing none of that. You talking about.
Especially Charlotte Glenn Rice.
Come on, man.
Like that. What
Glenn
All-Star
Rice at
game was-
Michigan. Glenn Rice at Miami. Glenn Rice at Charlotte. Glenn
was-
Rice for the Lakers.
What All-Star
Glenn
game
Rice for
was
the
that
Lakers.
When he won MVP, he went.
Glenn Rice is the
I'm glad-
best small
I'm glad you
forward the
bring it
Lakers
up.
have had.
In 90, in 96, 90, when the All-Star game was here.
Crazy.
All-Star game was here.
Was that 97?
He got the most points in a quarter.
All-Star game was here.
He went berserk.
In a quarter.
All-Star game here. Convention Center got all the basketball hoops set up. People down there dunking, doing all stuff. I'm down there. 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
I walk into Glenn Rice. Bump into him. This nigga got a long trench coat on with some airwalks. Some floody brown corduroy pants. His wife is there. Maybe his girlfriend at the same time. Pretty white chick. Oh my God, hi, how are you? Do you want to take a picture with Glenn Rice? Oh yeah, no problem. Took a picture with Glenn Rice. She writes my address down. I never get my picture. So I'm in Glenn Rice's house somewhere in some photo album. I want my picture, Glenn Rice.
Yeah, I was gonna say he got a problem with
Yeah, I got a problem with Glenn Rice. He ain't the man. He got my picture at his house, man. What you got my address for, man?
Well, maybe they're gonna send it. They
Glenn
just
Rice.
wait. They wait on the 20 anniversary.
That was
so.
Glenn Rice.
The 25.
Glenn
They
Rice
wait-
is the
they
best-
wait on the 25. You're gonna get it in 2020.
Glenn Rice.
Because that was the 50. So when they do the 75 list, when
Glenn
you get his
Rice is
jacket,
the
you get
best
picture.
small forward the Lakers have had since James Worthy.
So? He said that like that means something. So what?
I had to think about it.
Think about it.
So what? And you know what? It might be far-fetched because his stats no, that's false. His stats in LA ain't nothing to talk about. No, he's not.
LeBron James.
Kobe Bryant played small forward for the Lakers.
No, don't do that. Don't do
Years
that.
of
Don't do
career.
that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Kobe
Ryan,
Bryant
don't do that.
played small
Don't do
forward
that. I'm not.
his last 2 years in the Los Angeles Lakers. Man, Glenn Rice played for them for, I think, a year.
No,
One
it was
season,
more
averaged
than
about
a year.
15
It was
points.
more than a year.
No, it wasn't, man.
He only got one chip, though.
He only got one chip and they won 3 in a row. What are you talking about, Ryon? This is your guy.
He only got one chip.
He averaged about a hot 14 points. Got his job took by Rick
No,
Fox.
it wasn't a hot 14.
Okay, 16. Sorry. 16 points for a loss.
Best small forward.
Don't stand on that.
LeBron James.
You ain't got to keep saying that. We know that that's where it lies. Don't listen to him. Glenn Rice played there one season and they got rid of him. Come on, man.
Glenn Rice got 2 seasons with them.
Oh, so he was there the first year. No, he was there the year when they
99.
didn't win nothing. Because he only got one championship.
99 and 2000.
Okay.
He gave you 30 a game. He gave you 16.
Wow.
Never did give you 30.
He gave you 17 and a half. He gave you 16.
Summer League.
17 and a half and 16.
It's all right.
So 16 and a half points. He the best small forward ever.
Yeah, who are you matching him up? Artest, better than
No,
Artest.
he's not. Artest got... No, he's not better than Artest.
But
Artest
LA?
is a better defender. He's not better than Trevor.
He can't check Glenn Rice.
And Trevor can.
No.
Trevor Ariza can't check Glenn Rice.
Glenn Rice about to go to the Hall of Fame.
He won't be on this wall. So they better hope they put him in. We won't put him in here.
Glenn Rice about to go to the Hall of Fame, man. He's got the championship.
I'm
He's got the All
That
NBA.
picture got a problem. Ryan, you got to stop. That's your guy and your KP form. You got to stop, man. 17 points a game?
That was
Didn't Eddie Jones play a little small forward?
He was more too.
I'm grasping at straws. At the end of the day, he ain't better than him.
Two-time All-NBA, 3-time All-Star, MVP All-Star game, NBA champion, All-Rookie team.
Give me his numbers.
1,000 games.
Give me his numbers. That's a lot of
18
games.
points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists.
Solid. How many times he gave you 25 a game? Once.
He in the 20K club?
He gave you 26 a game in
1,000
97.
games.
In 97. That's it.
Hey, what did I just say?
How many total points is
Hold up,
that?
Dave. What did I just say without looking at anything?
You be guessing. You be guessing,
hey,
man.
y'all gotta understand.
You be
Ryan be
guessing.
on it. I said one season, Dave, at 25.
18,000 points.
That's facts after my
I was
name.
just about to say
18,000
they call it
points.
Ryan Facts.
18,000
I
points.
don't want to hear that. And he got 20, Dave. Talk about this clown.
Them numbers is serviceable.
Hey, man, send me my picture, man.
Listen,
Send me my picture, man. He had on a long trench coat. He looked like Candyman walking up to me. I was scared as hell, man. 6'7". I was like, oh, what's it?
listen.
We want a picture with Glenn, right? Yeah. Would you send it? My auntie still live at that address. Send it. We'll get it.
Your auntie got it.
No, man, she ain't got that. She would get
It's
it.
in the photo album.
Send the photo out.
We gonna do something we haven't done before at Ryan's request. We
What's
want
up?
to talk about
Ooh.
duels.
Oh yeah, I got one.
We got one more segment, but
Yeah.
before we go to break, let's talk about one of your duels. I got a good one too. And I know Ryan got something for us. As long as it's not the '60s, we'll be cool.
I got that Allen Iverson, Vince Carter.
It's a great one. That
That-
was what, 01?
01. Went
That's
7
when they
games.
went to the finals.
Went to the finals.
The
Because,
Sixers did.
Yeah, because I could have went Allen Iverson and Ray Allen in the Eastern Conference Finals the following series. Because they went at it too.
Because that was the semifinal.
This was the semi, and that one was to go to the championship.
Did both go 7?
Yes. Yes.
Philly
was-
lightweight
Philly was
limped into
Philly
the.
was 10.
Yeah,
Well,
but you know what I'm saying? They worked hard to get
They
there.
worked hard to
It
get
wasn't easy.
they worked.
They had to
worked
work to
because
get there.
that Lakers team went 15-1 through the playoffs.
Yes.
They was resting.
Yes.
They was chilling.
Yes.
This team had to work. Game 1. Vince Carter had 35 points, 2 rebounds, which was kind of like, what was he doing? 2 rebounds, 7 assists. Allen Iverson had 36, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 7 steals. So Alvin Robinson was getting his, Alvin Williams, wasn't that the point guard?
Yeah.
Was getting his draw snatched off him. The next game, Allen Iverson had 54. 54. So, 36 plus 54 is 90. He's averaging 45 points in the first 2 games. He had 54, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Vince had 28, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. The next game, Vince had 50. 50 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. AI had 23 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals. The next game, AI had 30 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. Vince had 25, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. The next game, this is the game that Vince Carter left to go get his diploma.
I was going to say, this was the year he went to
People
graduate.
was tripping. He
They
went and got
was
his
mad at
diploma.
that
He was
dude
mad.
for that.
Allen Iverson, that game had 52 points, boy. You should have let them mail you that diploma. He had 52 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists. Vince had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Game 6, Vince Carter had 39, 5, 5, and 4. Allen Iverson had 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Closeout game, 88-87, Philly, 1 point.
Sheesh.
Vince Carter had 20 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Allen Iverson had 21 points, 16 dimes, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. They went at it, man. They was young. I think at that time, 01, so Allen Iverson had been in the league 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
Vince had been in the league about 2.
He came in '98, so yeah, 3 years. It was
You know what I'm
3
saying?
years.
That was 2 young gunners battling. That was a series to watch right there, man.
Young man can go for sure.
Yes.
Both of them.
Both of them was young man can go.
Both of them.
That series sticks out to me because that's when I got kicked out the military. So before I was on my way home, I was watching that game. I was watching that game in
God damn it.
I was watching that game in the hotel rooms. I couldn't leave the base. I was convicted. I was confined to the base. So, I mean, I would have watched it anyway, but I think I would have had to be at work.
Okay, right.
But since I wasn't at work,
hey, these games.
It was remarkable. So that right there was excellent, man. That series was crazy, dude. That series was crazy. That was one of the big ones. A nice duel. And it's one of them duels that go under the radar because it's not a championship.
Yeah, it wasn't in the finals.
It wasn't in the finals.
Yeah. Mine is going to be the same way.
Yeah.
It's very similar. Mm-hmm. Listen, this is RDR. We talking numbers. We'll be back at you in just a second. Welcome back to RDR Talking Numbers. We are talking about playoff duels. I got one, and I made reference to it a couple shows ago. We were talking about something, and the reason that this one stands out, it's a childhood memory for me.
Okay.
And it was so crazy of a series, the back and forth. It was a 7-game series, and legitimately, it must have been, I want to say it was NBC at the time. They literally, it's kind of the thing that, it was kind of a marketing thing that they do on television now. They took the song, which was not a popular song, it was more of a show tune, but anything you can do, I can do better. And they show highlights of Dominique and Larry Bird. 1988 Eastern Conference semifinals, very similar to what you had going on. I'm gonna do the averages, and then I'm gonna go game by game. It was phenomenal what these two cats were doing. Again, the small forward era. Larry Bird for the series, 26-4. By the way, Kevin McHale averaged 25 that series. And 7 rebounds. And 6 assists. Dominique, on the other hand, 31, 5, and 3. I still don't know who he was passing the ball to.
Exactly, man. Dude,
they took the beloved and amazing Boston Celtics to 7 games.
Yeah, they had Randy Whitman. Randy Whitman was on the team.
Stop,
that was your shooter.
Ryan, stop. He was by himself, man.
Game one.
You want to talk? What you say? LeBron James, superstar guy, bag of rocks, right? Dominique Wilkins, bag of rocks.
Game 1, Celtics 110, Hawks 101. Dominique Wilkins, 25, 4 and 2. Larry Bird, 38, 5 and 8. Larry Bird, man. What is wrong with you, dude? 38 off rip. That's what we're doing.
Off rip, let's break it.
That's what we're doing. Game 2, Celtics 108-97. Dominique, 22, 5 and 1. So you know it's going to heat up because
it's going to heat up.
Larry Bird, 16, 8 and 6. So definitely subpar by his standards.
Who won that game?
Celtics. So they're up 2-0 now.
Okay. Wow.
Right. Yeah, they turned it around.
Wow.
Hawks, game 3, 110-92. So that's a pretty that ain't
that's
close
nice.
for real.
That's 18.
22, 9 and 8 from Larry. Here we go. I already know what it is. 25. No, they ain't started yet. He still ain't went crazy. 25, 4 and 3 for Neek. Must have been game 4 because it was one game. He just went. Yeah, it was. Game 4. Celtics win. Hawks win. 118-109.
So it's tied up now.
They won. Yep. After that game, yes. Larry with 30, 8 and 8.
Larry Bird, man.
Big numbers. Dominique quick 40, 5 and 4. Quick 40.
40 ball. Hey, take this 40 ball.
Game 5.
Bring me back 7.
Atlanta 112, Boston 104. They went up 3-2. Dominique 25, 5 and 4. Larry 22, 9 and 8. I mean, he's near triple-double every single night.
Every trip.
Game 6, 102, 100 Boston. That might have been it.
And that ties it up 3-3.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. That could have. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Larry.
Who was waiting in the finals that year?
This was the semis.
Oh, semis.
Yeah, so he still had to go one more round. The Lakers, because the Lakers won in '88.
They was waiting on Detroit.
23. Yeah, waiting on Detroit.
Detroit played Chicago.
And I don't.
Ice pack.
Did that go? Was that? Did that go 7-2? Or was that 6?
No, in '89 it was
23, 11, and 1 from Larry.
1 rebound or 1 assist?
1 assist.
Okay.
Danny Ainge had all of them. He had 14 that day. Neat, 35, 10, and 4. And in the closeout, 118, 116.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a classic game.
The Hawks were in. This was a very
It was like
winnable
Boston.
series.
Dominique-
Up 3-2,
Dominique
and they lost
Wilkins.
2 games by 2 points.
Dominique Wilkins does not get the credit. You want to talk about a real guy
Close out.
carrying somebody, man.
Close out. This is LeBron-esque. This is Paul Pierce-esque. 47.
For who? Larry?
Dominique. 47, 5 and 3. Larry. 34,
Wow.
4 and 6.
The
Hawks
Boston
could have won that
Celtics
series.
won 2 games by 2 points apiece.
In game 6 and 7.
And
In the
all
late
he,
80s.
all he needed was some help.
In the late 80s, the Eastern Conference was logjam. You had Boston, Detroit, Chicago was up and coming, Cleveland, Atlanta.
And Philly was still in the conversation.
Well, they was at the apex, and then they started declining
Because
they traded Moses.
Trade Ron Harper and your next 2 first-round draft picks for Dominique Wilkins to the Cavaliers. Do the Cavaliers get over the hump?
Hold on, say that again.
Trade Ron Harper.
Goodness. Don't even worry about it.
Your first-round picks for the next 2 years to the Atlanta Hawks for Dominique Wilkins. Does the Cavaliers become a team that win championships?
Yeah, because you got Mark Price, Dominique Wilkins, and Larry Nance.
They should have put
And Brad.
On top of Brad Dourif.
And Brad.
Yeah.
Because if you can trade Dominique later down the line for Danny Manning, you can trade
The most important player on them Cavaliers teams was
For
Larry
real.
Nance.
for real.
Larry Nance was the most
Or
important.
if Phoenix say we going after Charles and we want Meek.
But that was much later.
All right, still would have took him. Maybe that's what they need to get around. Because Dominique still could have gave Scotty 25.
Them Atlanta
They
Hawks
could've gave
teams.
Scotty
You just really upset my stomach.
Do you feel what I'm saying?
Cavs
The
might
Eastern
win
Conference
2
was a
or
long
I'm
3
trying to say
titles.
because you trading Ron Harper anyway. You trading for Danny Manning. Make a real trade.
Detroit don't want.
I mean, you trading for Danny Ferry.
Detroit don't want no parts.
The
of
Eastern
late
Conference was a
80s
log
Cleveland
jam,
Cavaliers with
That makes
Dominique.
sense.
Milwaukee, you had Terry Cummings and those guys right there.
Yeah.
But that's how good Detroit was. That's how much better Boston and Detroit
But look
was.
at Boston.
Yeah.
Everybody
They
else.
barely won this series. They was down 3-2.
And Boston was on the downward.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they never
around
won
that
another
spot,
championship.
around that
They won
time.
their last one in '86. They didn't win
Damn,
no more.
man.
They lost to the Celtics in '87.
That was close, man.
Detroit lost to the
That
lost to the
was
Lakers
big,
rather.
man.
Then they lost to the the Pistons. They beat the Pistons in '88
And that's when that Reggie Lewis was supposed to not
because he was on the bench at that time.
what's
He
the
wasn't
guy?
starting
What's the
yet.
guy that passed away?
Lynn
Lynn
Bias.
Bias was
Ben
supposed
Bias
to
did
save
make
him.
it, but Lewis was on the team
Lewis
coming
came
off
in
the bench
89.
at that time.
Yeah.
He was because he played in this series.
I would have
He
loved.
played in this series in '88.
I would have loved to see Lynn Bias do it. He was supposed to be the guy.
He was Mike,
He was supposed to be the guy.
but bigger though.
They said that
He was bigger than Mike.
They say
physically.
They say that They say, I don't know if it's true, but you know, him and Mike had battles.
Listen to me.
That Maryland
Even
and
without
North Carolina.
bias, if Reggie Lewis keeps
If Reggie
his
Lewis,
nose clean,
yeah,
if he
Reggie
keep
Lewis.
his nose clean,
If Reggie Lewis.
and Bird don't hurt his back,
The back.
fucking repaving his mom's driveway
Yeah, which is crazy.
by himself
That's that.
Like, you ain't got no money?
with
Yeah,
concrete.
I do,
Hey,
but I know how to do this. I'm from French Lick, baby.
Yeah, well.
I gotta go.
Why are you laying down the concrete?
If that would have happened in today's NBA, his team would have sued him.
You can buy. You can buy a
Let your
concrete
team
company
Let your team find out right now you doing work like that at the house.
because Larry Bird.
Oh, we
you
need
can
some
do
of that money, but what are you doing?
Larry Bird's concrete company, and then you just go write your name down at the
Yeah,
bottom
at
with
the
with a
bottom.
stick.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't need to be out there with
crazy,
with the
man.
thing yourself.
That's crazy, dude. Because he's one of them guys. They always want to ask, what if? Larry Bird career got short, man.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Repaving the
Because
driveway.
he was still problematic with the bad back. It
He
just
was. He was
once
still
he
averaging
sat
20
down,
points, man. Always
he
stiffened
was-
up so bad.
What would have
He was an
happened?
invalid.
Listen to me. In a perfect world, what would have happened was Parrish. They would have got rid of Parrish. McHale would have shifted to the center.
you move Larry
Bird
to the four.
power forward.
Still
You
got
still
Reggie.
had Reggie Lewis, Kevin Gamble, and all them bums. All them guys
All them
coming.
bums, real talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Them
But
was
I mean,
bums.
they would have.
It was a bum.
They
But I
could
just
fit
think
in and do. You
I
got
would love to
stars.
see, like,
You had a strong front line.
if Larry don't hurt his back and Len Bias ain't out here snorting the good stuff,
Len Bias would have been the two guard.
do Detroit have championships?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, man.
Detroit was a good team, man. They were a great
Would they
team.
have been able to bang?
It would have been. And Chicago would have been outside looking in. Cleveland would have been on the outside looking in.
But Chicago would have only been the outside team looking in for a couple years. Because if Detroit is Chicago's stepping, look, if that I don't think that Boston Celtic team could have beat the Bulls
The front line would have
like
destroyed them.
like they beat them. I think Mike would have been Mike would have outscored. Mike would have did better than what Nick did.
The guard
You feel what I'm
play.
saying? Like, I think he beats them.
But
You got a point because guard play is what ultimately
That's what I'm telling you.
killed Boston.
Yes, they could not. Even when Mike was young and he gave him 60, they could do nothing with
but
him.
our conjecture is we're throwing Len Bias in there, so now you're looking at
He had offset Mike.
right. That's what I'm
They're
saying.
offset
Right.
Joe
So it's like-
Dumars.
So I don't want. I'm not saying that.
I'm saying.
I'm saying I would like to see it.
Well, here's what I'm saying.
Even if Reggie Lewis lived.
I'm saying, okay,
That offsets Scotty and Mike.
gives you 35.
It's not.
Len Bias
Reggie
gives you
Lewis
30.
was a problem.
Listen to me, man.
You look at me.
I mean, I
Reggie
know
Lewis
how
was
high
a problem.
You hold Mike in high regard.
You can go
We know
look
this.
at Reggie Lewis's numbers, and he ain't offsetting nobody with number 23.
He would have. Scottie Pippen would have had his hands full.
Yeah, he didn't want them.
Scottie Pippen had his
Scottie
hands full.
Pippen had his hands full with Adrian Dantley. Adrian Dantley had been in the league for 10 years already.
Reggie Lewis ain't Adrian Dantley. Are you saying this? Come on, y'all. We got to stop.
Reggie Lewis?
We're not about to look. I don't.
See, you
I
wasn't really watching the game when Reggie
I
Lewis
will
was
not
out there.
piss on the grave of anybody, but he was nice. But
He was
come
real
on.
nice.
He was better than Scottie Pippen in the late 80s.
Yes.
He would have had his way with Scottie Pippen in the late 80s.
Scott didn't want them.
Scott's Pippen.
If you say so.
Scott didn't want them problems.
If you say so.
That's all
Scott
I
didn't
can
do
say.
If you say so.
It comes out of my
If you
mouth.
say so.
Scott didn't want them
If you
problems.
say Drazen Petrovic was supposed to be labeled as the next. His numbers is stand out too.
He had
died
2
early.
standout years.
He was
And,
good.
and how many did Reggie have?
Reggie who?
Reggie Lewis.
A few.
He had more than 2.
We got to hear your duel, too. But yeah, oh yeah. I got it.
Go bring your duel up, man.
Let's do your duel.
You
I
running
got
so
Reggie.
crazy right
I got
now,
Reggie
man.
Lewis.
My duel is classic.
Reggie, they said Reggie Lewis will offset Mike.
No, I said Scottie Pippen. Scott Pippen.
He ain't offsetting Scott Pippen.
Scott.
either.
Pippen.
I said that Len Bias was.
Len Bias would yeah.
Mike would have gave
Len
him-
Bias had height.
So what?
He'd have played him to a duel. I mean, to a standoff.
He would have been the only person in NBA history to ever play Mike to a standoff then.
He was better than Clyde and all them guys.
He would have been the only guy to play Mike to a standoff.
Reggie averaged 18 for the career.
My duel
That's good.
happened. My duel happened in 1994,
Never
the
had-
first
never gave
round,
94?
Western
I
Conference
picked
Finals.
the oldest duel? I'm surprised.
Never averaged 25. I ain't
Just
even-
say that.
I ain't-
No, he didn't.
I
No.
ain't looked it up. No, go ahead, go with your stuff. This is a side conversation, like a side bet. You rolling the dice. We side betting. Go ahead. We listening though, bro. Yeah, man. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Western Conference
Man,
Finals, 1994.
here, man. No! Go ahead. No. Man, stop it.
We'll talk about it after this. We'll talk about it after this.
1994
Come on, man.
Western Conference first round playoff duel versus Denver versus the Seattle Sonics.
Ooh, this is one with
5 games.
with Denver won.
My duel is Mutombo and Kemp.
Oh.
That
was a great series.
That's Dikembe and them winning. That's Dikembe and them winning.
on the yeah.
Five.
And there was a 5.
Oh.
8 versus
Yes.
1
Oh,
5-game
my
series.
God.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think the next series Denver got bounced.
Oh,
Quick.
they was out of there fast. They had won their championship. Like I said, that's Portland beating the Lakers this year.
First game.
Get out of there. Get out of here.
First game, Denver.
Give me my ring.
First game, the Sonics beat Denver 106-82.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Kemp had 16.9 rebounds,
Smacked
2
him.
blocks.
How many points?
16 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Dikembe Mutombo had 12 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks. The second game, the Sonics won 97-87.
They was up 2-0.
Kemp had 13 points, 12 rebounds, 4 blocks.
I forgot about that.
Dikembe Mutombo had 14 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocks. Game 3, Denver won 110-93.
And they was smacking them.
Mutombo had 19 points,
19 rebounds.
13 rebounds, 7 blocks.
Oh my God, man.
Kemp had
You shooting that?
10 points,
Get that out of here.
3 rebounds, 1 block.
10 points. That's bad.
Fourth game, Seattle, Denver won 94-85. Mutombo had 10 points, 16 rebounds, 8 blocks. Kemp had 16 points, 13 rebounds, 3 blocks. In the closeout game, Denver won 98-94. Mutombo had 8 points, 15 rebounds, 8 blocks. Kemp had 19 points, 12 rebounds, 2 blocks.
He almost averaged as many blocks as he had points in that series. He was dominant defensively.
The Dikembe Mutombo for Denver was unstoppable.
Was that a duel?
It was a duel.
Or was that it
was a great series.
You got outplayed.
Because
It sounded like Sean Kemp got outplayed. It don't sound like Sean Kemp won any one of those matchups.
I'm telling you that Dikembe, you cannot teach height.
I'm telling you that your boy Sean Kemp ain't what you crack him up too big.
I'm telling you that guy was too big for that guy. Trying to check him.
Who did Dikembe go up against the next series? That don't answer a question if he was too big to check that guy. Because somebody said,
He's looking it up.
you booty scratcher, and gave him everything
Booty
he wanted.
scratcher.
African booty scratcher. That's what he is.
You going with
I
the booty,
said it.
the booty scratcher?
African booty. I ain't from Africa. You from Africa. I'm from Crenshaw Mafia. All I'm telling you is, Sean Kemp got outplayed, man. That don't sound like no duel, man. Mine was a duel.
Scott Pippen didn't want no problems with Reggie Lewis.
Dave's was a duel. What do you mean? Are you looking up Scotty?
Yeah, I'm just looking at Reggie Lewis, man.
Man, you crazy, man. He got 2 seasons with 20.
I'm going to put a tape together.
He passed away. Snorting coke.
And he was doing this on them teams with Larry. It's like
No.
19 in
No.
88, 89.
Let me see.
Yeah.
And then
That's Larry.
Yeah, that is.
This is the year that I just read off.
But
my
I'm
thing.
saying, but then go look at Larry, because Larry got hurt a season, played some games.
No, but not yet. Larry's hurt like right in here. Like right before Dream Team, so like 90, 91. He rolling.
Man, he's a one-time All-Star.
Ron, do you know they went 7 games with Utah?
Okay.
Denver.
Okay.
That was the next series?
That was the next series. All right, let's hear
Dang.
that. Let's hear what Carl did.
Carl in that series, Mutombo in that series, he gave you 20 points, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks. The first game.
That's okay. I thought that was the average for this.
No. But no. Utah won the first game, 100-91.
Okay.
I gave you the kid. Karl Malone had 25 points, 10 rebounds, 1 block.
Okay.
Game 2.
Hey, that goes to Carl.
Game 2, Utah 104, Denver 94. Mutombo had 7 points, 13 rebounds, 8 blocks.
Okay.
He lost that one.
Karl Malone had 32 points, 12 rebounds, 0 blocks.
Carl gets that one. We 2-0 right now.
Utah up 3-0, 111, 109.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Karl Malone, 26 points, 26 points, 13 rebounds, 1 block.
Okay.
Dikembe Mutombo, 20 points, 13 rebounds, 7 blocks. You down 3-0.
Okay. I'm gonna give an even to that one. Game 3.
The Denver Nuggets, Game 4, 83-82.
Oh my God.
Karl Malone, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 1 block. Dikembe Mutombo, 7 points, 11 rebounds, 8 blocks.
Carl.
I'm still giving it to Carl, man.
It's Carl.
Denver Nuggets, 109-101.
Like,
I was just letting these with
when we
LaFonso Ellis.
like, well, we 30-point swing. We won 82-80. Now we won 109.
Dikembe Mutombo, 7 points, 7 rebounds,
It's like 2 errors.
7 blocks.
Okay, hit him with the
A
trust.
7-7-7.
Karl Malone,
26.
22 points, 13 rebounds, no blocks.
Give it to Carl.
Because look, hey, Mark Eaton on that team, who was their center?
Their center at the
94,
time,
probably eating.
Felton Spencer.
Ooh.
What was Felton Spencer putting up? Did he
13 points, 14 rebounds.
Man, he all playing Dikembe. Dikembe had 777. He had 13 and 14. Come on, man.
But he's got blocks, though.
How many blocks did Spencer have?
He ain't blocking nobody's
How
shot.
many blocks did he have, Ryan? You scoffed over it.
94 to 91. Series tied. Denver won. Karl Malone, 31 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks. Dikembe Mutombo had 23 points, 12 rebounds, 5 blocks.
Damn.
He probably wasn't guarding Carl very much, though. He was probably on Felton this series. He
Yeah.
wasn't fooling with Carl much.
Closeout game,
He was
Utah
tearing
91,
his mouth out.
91, Denver 81. Dikembe Mutombo had 12 points, 17 rebounds, 5 blocks. Karl Malone had 31 points, 14 rebounds, 1 block. Dikembe Mutombo, man. Dikembe Mutombo. We just said that they got their mouth tore out the next series.
No,
And
didn't.
it went 7.
I was
They
shocked.
did.
I thought they did. They
did not.
They and was down 3-0.
They were
After
not a
being
flash
down
in the
2-0.
pan after that.
They were
They were
good
down
team.
3-0.
After
They
being down
was,
2-0.
they was a flash in the pants the year after that. They wasn't nobody to talk about after that. Dikembe, they wasn't nobody to talk about after that. They had a genie in a bottle experience.
No, they stopped playing my guy.
Who?
Yeah, that had a lot to do with
Oh,
it.
Mahmoud?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They elevated Pat
Mhm.
and downgraded Mahmoud.
that hurt.
Because after that, Mahmoud gave you 18 that year. The next year, he gave you 15. And his minutes went down.
That hurt it. That hurt it a lot. That hurt it a lot. You don't think it hurt it?
I'm just saying, what are you doing? What kind of decision?
But
Hey, that was
Dan
crazy.
Dan Issel,
That was crazy.
Dan Issel, that was his guy. Robert Pack.
I mean, he wasn't that stellar coming out of college like that.
Dunk a couple times.
No, he was nice. Serviceable.
He-
Serviceable at
He
best.
said he was a better defender than Mahmoud.
I don't have to defend
I
anybody
mean, at
when
the
I'm
end
giving
of
my
the day,
man 30.
but I ain't got to defend nobody either if I could just send them to the paint. I know Dikembe back here smacking everything. What I need to play some
9
defense on you for?
rebounds.
You
Right.
got LaFonso Ellis, a great offender. Brian Stiff was a good defender.
Brian Still, Reggie Williams.
Reggie Williams. What's the other cat? Rogers
Rodney
with
Rogers,
the jumper.
Yeah.
lefty,
Come on, man.
Brian Williams.
Yes, man.
young Brian Williams. Yeah.
Hey, man. Dan Issel was an idiot. Period. Point blank.
You're dumb.
People ain't. Robert Pack is a second tier guy. Let's stop. Come off the bench. Little excitement.
He had
But you ain't breaking
the
down
perfect-
defenses like this guy.
He had the perfect game to
He
be
re-
your second.
He reminded
point guard.
me of a Daryl Armstrong. You remember how in love that coach was, a Daryl Armstrong? In
In
love with
Orlando?
him.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
It's not
And I'm
good.
not taking away from Daryl Armstrong, but he was out there way too much.
But this the
Yeah,
was.
just like he's getting
No,
a
he
lot
was.
more minutes. Like he getting
The dis-
38 minutes, he should be getting 18.
the
He'd be way more effective.
disrespect
Way more effective.
that Mahmoud get is bar none the worst I've ever seen by an NBA basketball player in the last 30 years.
He's 50 right now. He could play 12 minutes.
Did
with
you?
somebody.
Let me ask you this: did you feel that AI deserved playing time in Memphis?
Yes. Yes, because yes.
He was better than guys on that roster.
Because
And he didn't see the time of day.
He played 3 games there. Get me out of here.
He was
That's
better
why
than them guys.
the coach there, light skinned cat with the bug eyes. You see him as the head coach anywhere else?
Now, was he Allen Iverson?
The old man.
The old dude.
Was he Allen Iverson from Philly?
He assistant coach for the
Allen
Lakers.
Iverson came from Denver.
But I'm saying he wasn't Allen from Philly.
But
Different guy. He ain't the guy that was giving 50 to Vince.
Talking about Hollins.
No, he
But
was
he's,
Hollins.
but he's still better than these guys they had on that
He
roster.
still was better than the guys had on it. Dude, I want to say, look, no offense, because y'all know that's just my guy. I think Kyle Lowry was the starting point guard over there.
Might have been.
And
They had him,
Allen Iverson said,
And then they went Conley after that.
I just want the best chance to win, and me playing is the best chance.
Hey, give me the ball.
Come on, man. You not in the plans. You don't have a job.
I got a plan
You
for
a
you.
clown.
I got a plan for you.
You a clown.
Listen.
What is he?
A clown. Straight bozo. Crusty. Ronald McDonald. Any clown, that's who he is. He has no job. This wasn't even the start of Grindhouse. It's not like you had no... Dude, you talk about Allen Iverson.
Put him in the game. He good for 8 points just because of his name.
Just because of his name, he going to get you 8 off top.
Just because of his
He
name.
still had gas in the tank, right?
He still had gas in the tank because... No, this was Allen Iverson from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
He made an All-Star in Detroit.
In Detroit, yeah. And I want to say when he went back to Philly, he was All-Star again.
I don't know. I can't guarantee.
We can't guarantee that.
I can't guarantee that.
But
he got stiff there because they was going with Drew Holiday, right?
But he was playing though. They at least let him get some minutes.
Yeah.
How you sign me here, hold a press conference, and then I'm
That
behind?
was horrible.
Horrible. Whole press conference. We got Allen Iverson. I've been with the owner.
Listen, don't do that. Just sign me.
Just
we don't
sign
have
me.
to call no cameras.
Just sign me.
If you don't want me to play,
If you don't want me to play,
just sign
Come
me.
on, man.
We ain't got to
That's
do all that.
horrible.
Don't make no spectacle of me.
yeah. So some guys don't deserve to be head coaches, man.
Listen, y'all. We want to hear from you.
What about the elderly guy we got?
No, don't even start. That's your team. We want to hear from you. Let's in the comments on the on the Instagram page. Let's hear some of your favorite duels from the playoffs and so forth.
Yeah, let us
Listen,
know.
this is RDR Talking Numbers. Do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe to the podcast. Go over to the YouTube channel. Do the same.
Mm-hmm.
Check out our content. We rolling. I feel like the shows are getting better every time. It's just,
Every time.
with just a
Good,
certain
man.
amount of chemistry. We got good content.
Yeah.
And bottom line, nobody does it like we do it. We might have our own agendas, but we're not pushing an agenda. We just
Right.
talking numbers. That's it.
That's it.
Listen, as always, live well, laugh often, love much. We appreciate you. Talk to you soon.